want to welcome. I'm Marcie Besecker. I'm an independent demonstrator with Stampin' Up. Thank you for joining me today, and happy Thanksgiving, everybody. I know it's tomorrow. You're probably making pies and getting everything ready. I'm going to be doing a little more baking after this and get things ready for tomorrow. I'm actually going to my son's house, so it's going to be kind of relaxing, so I'm excited about that. And I thought I'd bring you a card today. This was a card that was requested because it was one of my swaps, and it was an organized swap. So I wanted to share it with you. It's going to be a quick video. I know you're super busy. So hi, Dawn, how are you? So I wanted to just go ahead and show you how I created it and what I did, and I'm just going to talk over a few steps instead of showing step by step everything, because I know everybody's super busy. Hi, Olivia. So let's get started. Actually, let me remind you that December bingo is birthday month. We're going to do birthday cards and have 4 great cards that are 4.5, or excuse me, 4.25 by 6.25. I thought they were 4 by 6, but when I looked at them and measured them, they're actually 4.25 by 6.25. On the envelope, the packaging, it says 4.5 by 6.5, but that's the envelope. So anyway, so there's that. So I was requested to do Nature's Prints. I already have a card with that done. I'm working, I can't show you everything, but this is my scratch on a fancy fold. So I'm working on that. And hi, Roxanne. Hi, Leslie. How are you? So anyway, I'm gonna work on that for another card. So they'll all be the larger cards this month and birthday cards. So you can start out the new year with a few ready to go. Now in the description is where my link is to go there. And the other thing is Stampin' Storage is having some great sales on different items throughout the rest of the month. So there's a link at the bottom there too. Check that out, because that's where I get my magnets and my my sleeves for my magnets. So like this, this is where I get all those. So I love, love, love them. And it's probably my favorite item from there, I say, but then again, I look with my paper and, you know, everything, and I still have my 12 by 12s to put there, and they're over here, and they'll get there eventually. So hi, Lisa. Hi, Crystal. Hi, Mary. How are you? So check that out too. Don't forget that Stampin' Up is, you know, keep watching the information on what's coming up. There's a lot of things that are going to be leaving in the holiday catalog. A lot of stuff is on its way out because the end of the catalog is coming. And so if there is a stamp set that you are interested in, please, please make sure you grab that, because they're going to be gone, and they're going to be gone. And you won't be able to get it unless you buy it from somebody, which they're probably going to sell it at some high, ridiculous price. So keep that in mind. Okay, let's get busy and show you this gorgeous card we're going to make. So here is the card. And again, this was a swap that I did, and it wasn't an organized swap. So again, a great happy birthday card. I'm kind of thinking of starting towards birthdays, because the new year is going to start. I want to get out my little planner and get that finished up and ready to go, so I can start my my organizing my cards to get them out on time. So I'm going to show you quickly what we did. And I had a bunch of kits, and again, same as the last video, is I stopped and said, you know what, this would be a great card to do a video on. And sometimes I just, oh, I lost a pearl. Well, we got to fix that, right? So we just, I wanted to get those, where are my pearls opening? I wanted to get, I thought it would be a great card to start out with to show you. There we go. Nope, that's too big. All right, I'm losing it here. Hold on. Hold on. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. I have a lot of pearls. I lost a little pearl in transition here. Okay, there we go. Much better. All right, so let me show you what we did. It's fairly simple. I did some stamping and everything already. Like I said, I was doing this in a assembly line method, and then I thought, oh, I'm going to stop. So I'm going to show you what I used, how I did it, and everything so you can know, and we'll put this together. So once I have everything done, then I start assembling, and that's when I was like, oh man. So I'm going to show you everything that I did on this. All right, so the top layer, I used the metallic rose paper from the rose and gold metallic. I didn't even poke these all out yet. I like to make sure I poke them out. I don't like having these little shards in here. I like to get them all cleaned out pretty, even though some of the stuff's going to be covered up. I just like the whole look of what goes underneath it. There's a purpose, so we can see it all nice and pretty. So I'm just going to clean those out a little bit. Make sure you do that. And then, all right, that looks good. And then we have our little flowers right there. So again, we have the metallic goes on the top, and then I have Blushing Bright underneath. Same thing here. Metallic and Blushing Bright. Okay, and now I'm losing this little guy right here. Where is my little piece? Let's take a look. It's probably inside, because no. Okay, I have it. Don't you worry. It probably just fell out. And here it is right here with some, there we go. Okay, so let's go ahead and let's do the inside first. So what I did with the inside is I, of course, added some DSP. Let's see. Let me read my questions here. Hello, hi Barb, Jean, how are you? Minnesota. Ooh, it's probably cold there. May I ask, what does organized swap mean? Yes, Leslie. So an organized swap is if somebody says, hey, we're going to do a swap and we're going to use all new product, or we're going to use a particular stamp set, or we're going to use, you know, whatever, a technique. So it's organized by saying it must have 2 layers, it must have an embellishment. There's some rules. And those are normally the rule of thumb for a regular general swap is what we call them. And so a general swap is you make a card and you send it. It's almost always rule of thumb, 2 layers, an embellishment, sentiment, clean stamping. There can't be halos or, you know, messy cutting, or it needs to be nice and straight, and your best work is basically what it is, because you want to give and get what you receive. So if you want to give your best work, you want to receive best work. So that's kind of the rule of thumb for swaps. But organized, so what happens is you go and you meet everybody. So what we did on stage is we met right when lunch break started, and we got together, and then everybody gets in a line. So there's group, let's say 1 through 5. So I was in group 1 and 2. So I went to 1, and then you stand in line. The first person turns around and we swap cards. So you want to have a bag ready. So you swap cards, and then you just go down the line, and everybody, and then I would go next. If I was number 2, I would go next. And then you just start swapping cards. You don't even have a chance to look at them. You just put them in your bag and you just swap until you're all the way done. And then you should have the same amount of cards given as received. And then you put them in your bag and zip it up. And then I moved to the second line and I pulled out my next swap. And then I did the same thing. And those were the swaps I showed you. I showed you some of the organized swaps. So that's what swaps are. They're a lot of fun when you go to events. Olivia, it was her very first time, and she had so much fun. She did general, and she had a lot of fun swapping. So don't give up on your swapping. Make sure you get involved and try and do that, because you learn so much and you get a lot of great ideas. I'm casing one of my swaps for next month because I absolutely loved it, and I can't wait to share it with you and share who I got it from and all that good stuff. So that is a swap. So let's see what else we have. What size are your magnet sheets? 6x7. 6x7 is what I like. I do sometimes buy the 5x7 if I slip it in the back. If it's a big die set and I just need a little extra magnet, I do have a small pack. And then I do have a larger pack to put, like when we have the slim lines. I did that too. Hi, Terry. Yay, I'm glad you got it. I hope it came in one piece. I was trying to protect it. Oh, good, Marcia, just in time. You're welcome, Leslie. Okay, so that's what swaps are about. So, all right, so on the inside of this one, I did the paper first. Okay, so we're going to add our paper at the bottom. So like I said, I thought I would do a quick video. I know everybody's going to be super busy with the holidays. I'm excited to go see my son, although I'm catching a cold. I just told my husband I'm going to take a test just in case. I don't want to go get anybody sick. So I think I'm fine, except I just have this horrible cold. Isn't it awful that now every time we get just the littlest cold, we think that, you know, we might have COVID and might be sick. And so just because I wouldn't take a test because I don't really go anywhere. But since I am going to my son's house, I'll take a test. Now I do watch him, my grandson also, so I would take it before Tuesday if I still wasn't feeling good, but we're just going to take it tonight. I think it's a cold. All right, so there we go. Yeah, so like Olivia said, she recommends it. She was so nervous. But she goes, oh my gosh, that was so much easier than I thought. So it's a lot of fun, and almost always everybody's so nice and so friendly, and you learn so much. And you get to meet people. It's really nice. So, and you know, there's even teams and customers and just groups that do that just in general. So, you know, if you go to classes somewhere or whatever and you want to do a swap, and there's a swap being done, you know, join in. It's a lot of fun. Oops. So we're just going to make sure this one's cleaned out too. And now you'll see the one with the thicker base here. So let me show you the dies. Oh, did I even pull the dies out? Look at me. Because I already had it cut, but let me pull them out for you. You want the thicker one to be underneath and the more delicate one on top. And of course, this is the gold metallic. I just love it. And I'm just, you know, kind of going around a little bit here and there and adding glue. So we'll just stick this right on here. If you go to the petals, it's going to be a really good fit. It lines up exactly. Let me grab these. I swear I grabbed them, but I don't see them here. And now I'm thinking, are they in here? Yep, I got them. So this is what we're looking at right here. This is the more solid one. So you want that to be your card base, and then this is the more delicate one. So, and it looks like I put a lot of glue right here. So I like to just take my pokey tool and rub it off right there. There. So there is that. And we're going to take this pink piece. This goes on the inside here. I'm going to turn that over. Let's adhere this. And so with, people don't always add envelopes to swaps because usually you're doing swaps with, you know, it is Pool Party and Blushing Bride. Oh, good, Terry, I'm glad. You're welcome, Dee. All right, so let's just add that on here. So what I do for swaps, as you probably noticed when I did, oops, look at that. This one might end up being a little crooked, is I try to layer it up, you know, on the inside so that it, you know, gives it some, oh, it's upside down. So that it gives it just some character and a little more color. Match it up. Now I'm just going to kind of go around here. And I don't want it to ooze all over, so I try to do it lightly. But if you can get glue, you know, anywhere you can here. I don't have to go out all the way on the leaves, but I want to get these little petals for sure. And then I just added this in just to kind of tie it in. with the front. Isn't that pretty? All right, so there's that. And we'll add this on in the inside. So the DSP actually is from the Cottage Rose. So this is the Cottage Rose DSP, and I just used that faint color in the background. Is the cardstock pull party? Oh, did I already? Yeah, I already answered that. No. Yep. I'm gonna make sure I'm not missing any. I hate missing questions for you guys, so I'm trying to look a little more. And then, so I just loved the soft gray with this, so that's what I chose. And of course, this is scratched, so we're just gonna. Okay, I'll show you what I do with that. I don't want to pull it like I was just doing. That's a bad idea. All right. I usually just take a pair of scissors and go like that. And what I should have done, to be honest, is pull this off and put it over here. And that would have covered it up, but that's okay. I wasn't paying attention. And you'll notice, so these I did with this opening for my organized swap. But I had some general ones that open like this. So that's why these are looking different. That's what I did. Okay, so this scallop is a really nice large scallop, and it is in the scallop contour right here. It's beautiful. I love it. And again, this is one of those sets I have 2 of because I use it a lot. And what I did on a piece of paper is I took the length that I needed, and I just made sure it was longer than, you know, what I needed here so I can trim it up. And I just took this piece of paper and I just went like this. Doop, move this one aside. Doop, move this one aside, because your scallop, it's got your stitching right here, right? Because you've got, I don't know if you can tell, but it's got stitching on it. And so I just took a piece of paper and just made a bunch of them. Just keep going up and use that paper up. And who cares what it looks like here, because it's going underneath. So that doesn't matter. So keep that in mind when you're trying to use your paper up and all that kind of good stuff. All right, let's go ahead and glue this one while we're here. We'll glue all of our pieces right now. All right, so again, I just make sure I have all my little chads out of there and then glue. Let me clean this. All right. Clean that off a little bit. It's a little easier. All right, so we're going to layer up on top of this a little bit. So, you know, I just try to get it where I can. I want all the little edges. So I go down and just, as long as it has something on there, it'll hold it. So I don't have to get the whole thing. I'm not even hardly squeezing this. I just want enough to have a little piece touch the paper and it'll attach just fine. And I like doing the double-sided adhesive, but sometimes when you have a project like this that's just so detailed and it's so big, when you start peeling it off, it starts to kind of catch on to each other, and I just didn't want to do that. And this is just this is simple. Just, you know, dab it here and there and do a little line, and it'll be just fine. And then I'm just going to move right here. I'm going to grab the edge of this flower because I just did the middle. All right, and then I'm going to make sure I get it over here. Dun, da, da, da. All right, good enough. All right. It's easiest if you grab the leaves. I mean the petals, because the leaves, these bend a little bit more. And then what I do is I start kind of in the middle. So I'm going to grab right here in the middle so I get the petal and the leaves to get a better hold of it. And now I'm going to just take it down and start over here. Just don't move it a lot, and slightly move as you go over here, and then everything else will fall into place. As long as you start trying to get everything over here, it'll work out. And then just kind of slide it into place because you don't have a lot of glue on it, so it should be fine. Okay, so there we go. Pretty easy. And like right here, it's barely, I mean, you can slide that over if you want to because it's such a thin piece if it's not perfect. Okay, so there we go. We'll move that one off. And then let's get our little flowers. And the important thing is make sure your flowers are facing up the correct way because it's going to be hard to put these on if they're not matching up exactly. So you can kind of tell that this is a longer petal on the top right there. And then so I like to put this one too also on the top right. And this one has a longer, it's like a little stubby rounded one there and a longer one right there. So that's what I'm going to do. And then I do the middle, but I also kind of go on the, I just dab it a little on the outside. And then you can always grab your tweezers if you can find them, which is easier to do. All right. So there's the long one. I'm just going to go right up to it. Super simple. And we'll just put that one there. So today I crafted, I got some bingo stuff done. It's kind of different when I'm not having Thanksgiving at my house, and that's unusual. So I got to craft and work on bingo. Oh, look, I turned it around, so I'm going to have to turn this around. I grabbed it backwards. It's all right. So I've been working on bingo, working on my husband. I told you guys I send cards to his work, so I've got them all ready to go. A bunch of cards. All right. There we go. So I got all those packaged, added envelopes, all that good stuff. All right, there we go. Happy Thanksgiving, everyone. Hopefully my head's not in the way. I think I finally got my camera to go where my head's not in the way, even though I'm hovering over this. All right, now the next thing I did is I took the paper from the layered vellum, layered designs, I think it's called, and I got the one with the white font on there. And then I took my blending brush, and this is my green one, or this is my blue. I think I decided it doesn't say green, so this is the one I did with Coastal Cabana, Bermuda Bay, and Pool Party. So I just took Pool Party on the back side, and I just did a whole bunch of it. And that's where it gets that color from, because it is white. So just take your blending brush. Don't do it on the front, but do it on the back. And just keep doing it and doing it, especially, but this is such a light color. And I really wanted to make sure I had that same color on there so that when I add it onto here, you know, you can definitely see it. And that's where you see it on here. Okay. All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to add our piece right here onto our card. And now I'm thinking, oh, did I not cut this? So let me just double check. Oh, I know what we did. I know what I did. So what I did is I'm going to line this up. I'm going to put adhesive on it. So let me see if my other... Looking for my other... So okay, look at this. Brand new. I knew I would need another one. Oh, it's so clean. It's so pretty. I need to take my other one and clean it. All right, so I'm going to put this on here, and then I'm going to take this. We're going to add adhesive to it, and then we're going to align it. Can you guys, I can see the lines through this. Can you see them? So I can see these also. So that's what I'm going to do is align this up. We're going to add adhesive, not to this, add it to your paper. So make sure your paper is going the way that you want it. And I think this looks right. I don't know if it is or not, but that's the way I want it to go. So I'm going to add adhesive right here, all the way down. I'm going to line this up. And we can do it right here too, so you can see it better. Doesn't matter. So line it up, put your scallop part right against the line so it's all nice and even. And then you're going to take this and you're going to, let's see how close I did it. I did it right below the dots. So right below here where the dots come in like this and up, I did it right below that. So just go, and it's not going to be top or bottom. I kind of try to pay attention to the loop right here, so it's kind of even. So I'm just going to go one. I'm just going to go up a little bit, right about here. Right below, right below, right below, right below. Right about there. All right. And then that's what I'm going to do to add that on there. And then we're going to cut this off. So you can do it with that. I'm going to pull my trimmer. You can do it backwards like that if you wanted. I like to pull this in because you can put your paper right up to the edge and just know that you're going to get that. That's why I want the more guillotines to come back. I know they're listening to us. I just hope they do come back. Oh, I need a little bit more. Okay, there we go. All right. Make sure. Oh, I'm moving all over the place here. Hold on. There we go. Okay. So there's that. Now what I'm going to do is I want to make sure that this is 4 inches. Okay, because it's going to be on the top. It's my layer on top of my card. So I'm going to go to 4. And I'm going to cut the other side off. So instead of having this cut already, because if this, you put it on and it's out a little too much or in a little too much, your card's going to look kind of weird. But if you put it on and then cut this edge, then you're going to be good and get what you want. All right, so now this is going to go right where we want it and give us our pretty little edge. These are pretty close to being the same because we kind of centered it the best we can. And we are going to go ahead and adhere this down. We are popping up everything else, so we want to make sure that we get a good base. We'll put this down so that it's not too thick to put in the mail. I swapped it, so sometimes I tend to pop up more things when I'm swapping, but all right, so we're just going to center that. I'm going to bring it down. Oops. Bring it down. All right. There we go. Now, what we're going to do is we are going to add this on, and I don't know if you can see. Okay, so I added dimensionals inside in here. And then I added, after I put it all on, I added dimensionals back here. So let me show you what we did first. We're going to put it on here. So let's take our piece. Okay. And we're going to pop this up on top. But we got to do our ribbon first. And so what I did is I figured out where I wanted it once I placed everything. And then what you want to do is count your little bumps. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So your little scallops. Oh, I hope I have enough on this one. I'll have to go find another one. Nope, that's good. All right, so this is, I think the writing's upside down. There we go. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we're going to want to put adhesive on the back. Right here. For 5. Okay, right there is fine. And right here. All right, we're going to come around right here, and we're going to add it. All right, so yay. All right, so there's that. Now we're going to add our dimensionals. So you could add, I'm going to add small ones for sure right here. Okay, we'll just add those because they're pretty well hidden by your ribbon. Once it's on your card, you won't be able to see it. With this dark background, you'll see it right now. All right, now we're going to add this. And we're just going to have it hanging off a little bit because you've got that card behind it, so that's fine. If you want to lay your card underneath it so you can just make sure you can see your sides, you know, and stuff, that's fine too. All right. Hi, Brenda. Hi, Perry. How are you? Hi, Gail. Janet. Hi, Debbie. Hi, Rosemary. How are you? Brenda. Welcome, everybody. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to add my large dimensionals. And I'm just going to put them where I know they're going to be hidden. I'm just going to put them in the back of these flowers. And yes, there's little holes right there. You know what? You're going to have the little sticky there. If we used to have like dazzling diamonds, we could have sprinkled it there and it would have stuck to our adhesive there. So if you still have those, that would be fun to use. I do still have them, but I didn't really think about that till just now, but that would have been fun. All right, so now where the flowers are is where I'm kind of putting my little mini dimensionals. Wow. Dimensions. So that way you can put your dimensionals on and still you can see that it's kind of sporadic throughout and it's going to hold it. So I'm just going to put some extra on here. Finish off and so I can start a new pack. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut these last few that I have down here. I'm just going to cut them in half. And I'm going to put them up on these little leaves. You want to make sure that those are secure. And you only need one. It just needs to hold down there. And we'll just put one right here. All right, everything, let's put a little one right here. Even though I think we're putting the birthday stuff over here, I'm going to add one right here. There, it needs to be a little one. Okay, so I'm going to take, just since I'm on the end here, I'm just going to take a little, I'm going to cut this one. All right, so here we go. We'll just put that right here. There. I didn't even worry about these because they're kind of hanging off, and if we need them later, we can add them. So let's go ahead and put these on here. Oh, Patsy, good. I hope you enjoy. I love this set. It's so simple. It really is simple to use. You layer these up. You put gold or even two tones or whatever you want. Layer them right up, and it's so fun. I would suggest a lot of dimensionals or minis anyway, just to kind of keep it down, but it depends on what you're doing with it. But I just love it. It's so easy, especially when you add some glimmer or there's some really pretty papers coming, some glimmers and shimmer papers that I think would be so pretty with this set. Okay, I think I got them all. All right. So I'm just going to add this on here. Right about here, like this. So I remember looking and thinking, okay, we're going to make sure this one's right below that. The little second leaf is outward, and then we're right about the third thing there. That way, when we put it on the card, it's going to stick fine, which we can do now. So let me show you. Oh, wait, I'm not done. We got to first do these. So let's put, I have more minis here. Right here. and a large one. So we'll take the large one for the large flower. And then for our two, what a mess, our two minis here, just use mini dimensionals. Oh, good, Rosemary. That's perfect. Thanks, Brenda. Hi, Bobby. How are you? All right. Who's making pies? My son. I think he's making a Dutch apple, he said. I'm like, okay. All right, so now I just kind of placed them where I wanted them. Now I placed them after I put the card together, but I'm going to show you why I'm not this time, because I realized something that would have been a little easier had I thought about it. So I'm going to add our extra 3 flowers to just kind of fill up these spaces. We're going to put our sentiment right here, and then we're going to add our pearls. But right here, at this point, we only have our 2 dimensionals right here. But look, this is, I doubled this up. So I layered this up, and I layered this up right here. Okay, that's why this is flat, because I wanted to still add dimension. It's really fairly flat. I mean, it'll fit in an envelope just fine. So what I did is I went back, not on all of them, but now I'm in this area. I'm going to come down here in the middle. So you want to kind of pop them up where you can. I'm not really concerned about that one, but we're going to go to the mini ones, and we're going to put another one right here on this corner, one on this corner. This one, there's nothing here, but we're going to put our sentiment there, but for now we'll put it there, and then you can tuck it under the sentiment, but you've got this one, so you should be good. We're going to put one right here. And so now you're looking at just these, and we're going to take care of that corner in just a little bit. So I'm good with what it is right now. So let's take these off. And yes, I put dimensionals up here, and I really probably didn't have to, because I forgot that they're going to be kind of up in the air, but you could add other halves underneath there if you feel the need to secure them down, or we'll just take them off. All right, so now let's bring our card base in. I don't know how I threw it way over there. All right, so here's our card. Let's bring our card base in. And you just want to make sure you've got everything, you know, within the card, which is why you're going to have room. Sometimes I lay this underneath me while I'm doing everything, just so I know that it's going to stay within the card. All right, so now we need to put a bow on there. So I already have a bow. Now I could have done the whole bow and did the bow, but because I was mass producing, it was easier for me. I'm just going to get a glue dot, put my bow there, and I always, I'm adding a little bit of glue, but my glue dots, where the heck did they go? Oh, where they're supposed to be. Imagine that. All right, so we're going to I get 2 just because I want to make sure it's super sticky. I kind of put them right next to each other. And then I'm just going to add that right there. And then I'm going to just lift these up and just add a little bit of glue just on both sides, just to make sure it's going to stick down and not travel away anywhere. Okay, so there's that. And now we have our birthday, and we're going to just put it right here. You can put it where you want, but this way you can just kind of tuck it right here. And then just kind of put it there so it's kind of nestled. So you need a dimensional just on the right side. I did a large one. Ooh, sweet potato pie. Ooh, pumpkin pie, yum. I'm getting hungry. Thanks, Deborah. All right, so we're going to put this one on the right side because it's not layered up, but this is. So now we're going to just add a little bit of glue. So keep that in mind when you're doing dimension. You can still add this. We're going to tuck this under right here a little bit. I'm just going to slide this over a little. I want to see my scallop over here on the side. just some, so I can still see the pretty. So we'll put that right there. And now we need to bring in our pearls. All right, let's see. And now we're just going to add our pearls. Now this is going to glue, just keep that down. All right, I need medium. So the medium sized pearls right here are, I put on the flowers. Okay, put all on our three flowers that we added. Even if it's under the bow, I add it because it's still right there and you can see it. And now I go to the tiny ones, which are right here. And now you just kind of, I added some on the outside. Oh, I added a medium one right there. Just because it's a pretty big space there. And another medium up here. I guess I did all mediums off of the paper. That's fine. We'll pick this one up and put it right here. So then I did those on the flowers, the little flowers within the big cluster. I didn't do anything with these in the middle because I didn't feel that I needed to. It's got the little holes all over on it and I thought it was fine. Now I do see the white in there because it's from the dimensional, but I wasn't worried about it because like I said, it's got white in the card, so I wasn't worried about that. And then I just added a lot of pearls. Just keep adding them until all your flowers have pearls all over them. It's a lot of pearls, but when you do swap cards, you really want to step up your card, right? So you really want to make sure that, you know, it's just a little over the top. So yep, and plus you get a lot of pearls in a pack, so that's nice. So I just added a whole bunch. And I think our swap, I did a couple different swaps, and I think this one was 13. So that's not bad. 13 cards was easy. But when you do general cards, I did a lot. I did 50 of each pattern that I did. Whichever card I did 50. I did bring some home because, like I told you before, I think I got to visiting with people and I wasn't swapping that much anymore. I was chatting, but that's okay. I had fun talking with everybody. Oh, see, now I have to challenge you guys to use this set. But there we go. Look how easy that was. So remember when you're doing cards, you know, think about what else could you use with it. This is the scallop die. This is the scallop die. There is a one in the hand penned, the penned dies, and it's a lot smaller, but I really liked the larger and it had stitching and everything, so I chose that one. Think about whatever paper is out there. The vellum is beautiful and it has prints, and I'm going to tell you there's printed layered vellum, printed vellum coming in the next catalog. So you'll be able to kind of change this up and do it a little bit different. This paper from the Cottage Rose, find a paper that you like. Go through the catalog, go to the back, and just kind of look through. I am going to be doing a paper share, so it's going to give you a little bit of every package of paper. You'll get like a quarter pack of all the papers, and then you can kind of, you know, go through that and see what papers you like. Which ones will you use the most? You know, which one's on your list first to get. So there you go. So and it just is so pretty. And adding not just the bow, but adding that ribbon in the back just added that much more, and it brings your eye right to where your sentiment is. And it's just so pretty. So that was one of my organized swaps I did. So I wanted to share it with you guys. Oh, you guys are so welcome. Thank you. I want to make sure I didn't miss anything. If I missed something, you guys ask again. I'm using, So that is one of the things that I try to do is what can go together? What do you like? What would you use a lot with certain things? Like the scallop dies, the scallop contour, I use those all the time. Oh, good, Deborah. Happy Thanksgiving. Um, so on Wednesday, no, today's Wednesday. On Sunday, I will be here with a really great masculine card. So I hope you'll join me. That is my next organized swap, what I did with this one. I said I was in two groups. This was one, and the masculine one is the other one. So I'm going to do that on Sunday. Sunday, I'll do that one. And then Wednesday, I believe is I think I'll still be here Wednesday. The weekend of the 1st through the 4th, whatever day that, I think it's a Sunday, I will not be here. At least not my regular time. I may try to get a different time in. But my grandson has his first Christmas program. They're singing Jingle Bells. So we'll be watching that. And then my daughter flies out that day because she's going to be here that weekend. So I'm trying to remember what time she flies out. So I may still be able to be here Sunday night. So I hope you guys will catch me there. And don't forget, bingo is available. It's a lot of fun. I have a couple requests, and you guys can let me know. Nature's Prince was one, and I've already created a card with that for bingo. I'm going to do a fancy fold, I know. Sunflower was another option. I'm definitely going to do sunflower. And probably Wildflower Path was the third one requested. And then I'm going to do a masculine card. So I'm going to watch the replay later because I really want this bundle. Oh, thank you very much. All right. So as always, I'd love to have you on my team. If you're interested in joining, let me know. Click below. Go to my blog. At the top, it says join my team, I believe, or join, something like that. I don't know right now. I have a cold. But I'd love to talk to you. I'd love to have you on my team. You can start getting new goodies in your starter kit on December 1st. And yeah. And then you can get all kinds of current good stuff right now that you might be having your eye on. So let me know. All right, everybody. Have a wonderful Thanksgiving. I will see you guys on Sunday. And be safe if you're traveling. And eat a lot and be happy. Bye, everybody.